Today we are building the modern row houses, so let's just jump into the build and see how everything was done. Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we're building the modern row houses, and it's a modern take on a traditional row house, kind of like block build. And I tried to make everything look really modern. So I've already done the general... I'm looking for a word. The general shape of the build, and the reason for that is we have 4 builds here that we need to furnish, and it just took so long, and I'm not even kidding. Like, I spent about an hour in each of the builds, and I tried to make every build look unique but still feel the same. So in each build we have different color schemes just to kind of distinguish them from each other, and I tried to keep every build modern, but still have each build have its own kind of personality. So yeah, that's what we did. So we have 4 row houses here, and they are roughly the same size. 2 of them is a bit smaller than the others, which means that the 2 bigger ones, there is an extra bedroom in that. So just keep that in mind, but other than that, they are quite similar. So in the front here, I really wanted to have a parking lot type of space for builds cars. And I'm just working on the exterior here. There's some of the builds that you're not gonna see me furnish. I'm gonna show pictures of them in the end, so you can kind of see how everything turned out and how everything looked and what I chose for furniture and stuff like that. But if I had to furnish everything in just this build, it would be well over 40 minutes long, which I believe is a bit long for a house building video. So I chose to only show 2 of the builds, but keep in mind they are very, very similar. So that is the reason why I chose to only show 2 of them. So we're going to show one of the bigger row houses, and we're going to show one of the smaller ones. But yeah, they are similar, and even some rooms I copy pasted them, changed some furniture around, changed the color schemes, changed floorings and stuff like that, so every build would kind of feel the same. Now every build also has a little backyard here, and I tried to distinguish the build against the different houses with having different types of levels here. So the bigger houses have the balcony on the top level, while the smaller row houses have the balcony on the lower level. Every row house has a little backyard. I wanted to have a little staircase go down, so you could kind of go down in the back as well, but it just didn't work, because for some reason, and I still don't understand this, for some reason you're not able to place like anything on the outer squares. There's only like plants and stuff you can do that. You can't even place fencing on the outer squares, which is just weird. I believe you could do that in The Sims 3, so there's again one thing that you can do in that game that you can't here. So that's annoying. And I didn't really want to move the build just because I had everything planned out except for that little staircase thing. But the backyards are quite small as it is. So yeah. Moving into the first of the houses here. Here we have what I would call the blue row house. So I chose to have a blue color scheme in here. Every kitchen almost looks the same. Like, there's different styles, different countertops and colors, but the layout is exactly the same, and in every build the layout of every room is also the same, and I try to keep that consistent because I do believe that in row houses there is a consistency with how every layout is. So kind of if you had like an apartment block, that the apartment above would also be the same layout as the apartment below. And I feel like that's kind of how a row house works as well. At least it is here in Denmark. So I try to kind of keep that in mind. So every row house has the same layout. But I try to keep these styles in every house different. So we're going for a blue style in here. More modern than some of the others. More, I wouldn't say minimalistic, but it definitely has that like that vibe. If you know what I mean. It's just. It's a very nice build. I'm overall really happy about how I think the blue one here, and then I'm gonna do a yellow as well, is probably my favorite of the two houses that I've done. So yeah. But again, I'm trying to keep everything like super clean and modern looking. So doing that, I had to. I had like these, as you can see, really dark gray colors. Then we have like this wall piece that is raw exposed bricks, which I thought matched so well. And then I tried to bring in some color with, some paintings here and there, like this counter couch that we have here. And just overall tried to bring in colors through items, but I didn't want every item to be colorful, so we also had a lot of neutral colored items like whites and blacks as well. So yeah, working upstairs. At this point I had done the layout for every single room. There is a lot of skipping in this build, so if you want to see for yourself how everything turned out, you can find the build on a gallery. I, as usually, upload as soon as I'm finished with the build for those who follow me on the gallery, so you kind of have a chance to see it before everybody else. But yeah, I skip a lot in this build because it was so big. It's such a huge build, and I didn't actually realize when starting this build, I didn't realize how big it would actually turn out. But I really did put my heart into every single one of the houses in this build, and try to just do my thing, keep everything super modern, super clean looking. Now this room I'm doing here, I initially wanted that to be a little office area, but seeing that we have the laundry stuff pack now, I decided to throw in some laundry stuff in here, and that's only the two bigger apartments or houses. I have to call it. Stop calling it apartments. That's only the two bigger houses that has like these laundry rooms. And in the end, I'm gonna put in some dryer sheets or dryer hangers for the outside. I'm not sure what's that called in English. Drying cord? No, that's not right. You guys know what I mean. I put some of those outside. So if you choose to have multiple Sims living in this lot, which is really ideal, to be honest, at this in this build, but if you choose to do that, you could just use the neighbor's laundry machine, I reckon, or put in one yourself in one of the bathrooms. So this is a build that took a lot of time to do, and it took multiple days because, as you know, I'm in school. just gonna remove my mic a bit. I'm in school, so I have to study. I also work sometimes, so I have to keep up with that. And doing YouTube, so sometimes a build can take me multiple days to finish, which is interesting. Sometimes I totally forget what I was doing, and I can't. I kind of like come back to a build with a fresh set of eyes. So this is built over multiple days, and I think that definitely helped me out. Just coming back to a new house and just kind of seeing everything with a fresh pair of eyes. So there's definitely something where I'm looking at this now. That's one of the houses I would have done a lot of things very differently. But you know, that's just the way it is. In this bedroom here, this is kind of the master bedroom, or at least one of them. I wanted to bring in a lot of color in here just to kind of brighten up the place. I love what you can. I'm so in love that you can scale things down now as well. That just means that we can create like these really cool little things like I did with those 3 tables just overlapping each other, and I just thought that was such a nice thing. So we have the living room on the top level here. And yeah, I initially wanted to have the living room downstairs, but just the kitchen and the dining room space actually took up so much space, so I couldn't actually find a place to put in a television. So we have like a little living room nook on the level below, but this is kind of like the full-blown living room up here. And then I have a little study area, just kind of like in the corner over there. And I just, yeah, I'm still gonna keep the blue builds, the blue house and the yellow house that you're not gonna see me do, but you're gonna see screenshots of. It's definitely 2 of my favorites. I'm also in love with the green one. I can't remember if I'm gonna show you the green or the red one. So the red one is going to be in one of the smaller houses, and also with the green one, whereas the yellow is also one of the big houses. So yeah, the balconies here, I didn't actually have a lot of space to work with, but I still wanted in every single balcony to have like this little piece of just a little place where we could put in some plants just to kind of brighten up the place. I know that's maybe not ideal, just giving that the amount of space that we have is not that good, but I still think that it just brings something to the outside. It just makes it look so much better. So yeah, working on the upstairs bedroom here, I will probably like count this as more of the master bedroom than the one downstairs. It's just it's a bit bigger, but I'm more in love with how the downstairs bedroom turned out, to be honest. But you know, it's just my taste. You might love this more than the other, so that's great. This is where I came back to the builds. I have done the yellow build, as you can see there. I basically, what I did, I just took the room from the blue house, copied it over into where the yellow is because they were the exact same size, changed items, color swatches, and all that jizz, and put in some other furniture, move some things around, and then we had a completely different build, like a completely different house, which I really appreciate. But every single kitchen is located exactly the same way. So in the smaller houses here, the kitchen is 1 square wider, which means we have 1 countertop more and a bit more space to put in like the dining room spaces and stuff like that, which is why I'm going to put in I believe it's in this red one, a little bigger of a dining room table, which I also have in the yellow one, as I can see there. But yeah, here we have a very large dining table, and I just thought it looked so good. I'm actually really in love with how the red house turned out as well. To be honest, I'm really proud of every single one of the houses. I think they all have a unique style, and there should be something for everybody in this build. If you don't like, for example, the red one here, I'm certain you're gonna find some comfort in one of the 3 other houses, because I tried to keep a modern style, but still, as I said before, keep everything unique to each build, which I think I accomplished, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know, there's something about the red bright color and the dark furniture that really speaks to me, and then you can just brighten up the place with plants and stuff like that. I'm really loving it. I think it looks really good. Moving upstairs here, this is where there's a lot less space than in the 2 houses on either side of this one, just because we have the balcony on the first floor, whereas in the bigger houses we have it on the second floor. I actually just learned this. Americans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Americans call it first floor when it's ground level, and then second floor and up. And here in Europe, we say that the first floor is the floor above the ground level. So this is the first floor for me. That would be the second floor for an American. And the second floor for me would be the third floor, because they count the ground level as the first floor, which we do not. So yeah, if you're confused by that, just keep that in mind. But this, to me, is the first floor. So as I said, the first floor up here is a lot smaller, so we don't have that extra room for the laundry room. But we do have the little space to put in some seating areas and some bookcases and stuff like that. This is one of the bedrooms. There's also 2 bedrooms in. No, there's actually. Oh yeah, that's right. So in the smaller houses, there's actually 3 bedrooms. Because we don't have that big living room area. I could have put in a big living room area up here, but I really wanted to have 3 bedrooms up here instead. So I put in a little study area in this kind of hallway, and then we have a bedroom with a single bed in it, and then we have another big bedroom with a double bed in it. And I also did that for the other small house, which is the one with the green just to get some variety. That was a hard word to say. Because the other one has a big living room, and this is kind of like a house where we can have a big family, but there's not really a specific living room here. You could put in a television somewhere if you can find space for it. I just didn't do it because I kind of liked how everything looked. And also the angles up here, because they're like the door is placed in another space. Then we could place the bed on another angle, which just opens up the room in a whole lot of different ways. So there's that. But yeah, I really love working with this angle in here, just because we have this piece that goes out, and then we get this really interesting angle. So here we have the blue house. I'm just gonna call it by the names of the colors I worked with. The downstairs, where we can kind of see one big open space. Laundry room, which is only in the 2 big rooms. Here's the upstairs, first floor, kind of little living area space. And the first floor bedroom. which I really like how it turned out. The upstairs living room and the upstairs bedroom. So there's a glitch with that door. You just have to move it and then put it in again, and then it should be fine. The red house just right next to the blue house. Again, we can kind of see every angle down here. And I'm really in love with this urban concept that I worked into the every single downstairs in the ground floor of every single house. The upstairs kind of little living space as we jump into the bedroom. Looking good. And the upstairs where we have the little study area. The bedroom with the single bed. It's very simple, but I just love that it's super simple, not too much clutter in this red build, and just simple looking. I love that. Here we have the yellow, and I'm in love with this one. I just think that the yellow with the pop of the blue makes this look so good. So super in love with that. Again, a laundry room because this is one of the bigger houses. Upstairs, little living space. Yes. As we jump into the bedroom that we have at the first floor, I'm also in love with how this turned out. It's just a bit more rustic up there. Upstairs living room, upstairs bedroom. So the yellow one is just a bit more rustic compared to the blue and the red one. And here we have the green one. Again, I love that pastel color with just everything in this build, and just bringing out that pop of color in some of the furniture. I just think makes it just a whole lot more modern to look at. Upstairs bedroom at the first floor, really simple, super simple to look at. Again, study area at the second floor, jumping into the bedroom with the single bed in it, and the bedroom with the double bed at the second floor. And then we have some screenshots from the outside. So if you want this build, be sure to download it from the gallery. Just search my origin ID Auvbri and you should be able to find every single one of my builds. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this build. As we look at the last screenshots here. Sorry, Zoe just wanted my attention. Yeah, as we look at the last screenshots here, but remember you can definitely get this build, and comment down below what you thought about it. If there's anything you want to change, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, tell me down below. I really want to know. So yeah, nothing else to me to say other than don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all that with your friends, and have a super fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye!